Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like, oh, it's black and white, so maybe it's Orzhov control, or maybe it's a different kind of white weenie. The other side, though, is playing a zombie deck. Grasp of Darkness on Liliana. Liliana gets compelling deterrence. Discards Prized Amalgam. So plays Liliana again. The other side, all he's got right now is a 3/3 Vigilance, the Hanweir Militia Captain. When does it flip? When you control 4 or more creatures, so not going to happen anytime soon. Declaration in Stone, his second to get rid of Liliana. And the other one, wow, got rid of 2 Diregraph Colossus. Or is it Colossi? Okay, and another compelling deterrence to save Liliana for the second time. And discards Read the Bones, which really sucks for him because he could really use a few more cards right about now. Though he might be able to sack off the 1 or 2 of the clue tokens in a turn or two. It doesn't look like he's... Oh, Transgress the Mind and gets rid of Liliana finally. And leaves him with a Fleshbag Marauder. Which actually wouldn't be a bad play right now. He could throw that down, either sacrifice it or the zombie token, whichever one he feels is worth less, not worthless. And then, since he'd have 2 mana open, he could sacrifice the clue and draw a card off of it. So he does go with the Fleshbag Marauder. Sacking it to itself. And there goes the Militia Captain. And leaves the way open for the 2/2 zombie to hit him for 2. So black and white is down to 18. Maybe he's playing Orzhov Control. Archangel of Tithes. Or maybe he's combined the 2 decks. Maybe he's built a white weenie Orzhov Control deck. Which I don't know if it would be very good or not, given cards like this that are so demanding on white mana. But Ruinous Path kills off the Archangel, which paves the way for the zombie again. It's 2 more damage, and leaves him with 2 mana open again, so he can sack off the other clue and draw another card, or if he has another card in hand to play. And Sorin, Grim Nemesis. So I would definitely file this deck, based on Sorin, under the Orzhov Control deck lists. Okay, sacks off the clue token to draw a card. And Sorin, minus X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. So he could... Oh, he's going for +1. And finds an Always Watching. To be honest, why not go with the -2 and get rid of his zombie? You'd gain 2 life off of it, you'd clear the board. Oh, and another Ruinous Path. Kills off Sorin, so damage from that zombie token. But the zombie deck is on 5 life. The other Always Watching that we saw earlier. And that's the thing. Since Orzhov Control has only taken damage from the zombie a couple of times, he does have time to get answers. Or bombs. Here goes the zombie again. Another 2 damage. And Zombies really doesn't want him to have time because at 5 life, it isn't going to take a whole lot for Orzhov Control to kill him. Stitchwing Scob. 3/1 flying, blue, and generic, discard 2 and return him from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay, Mind Rack Demon. Okay, he does have Delirium, excuse me. Beginning of your upkeep, you lose 4 unless you have Delirium. And it's a 6/7 Vigilance, Flying Trample, and when it enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Ooh, another Diregraph Colossus. But that's really not going to help him. He's only got 1 blocker for the flyer. There's another Mind Rack Demon. Okay, so he has to block with the Stitchwing Scob. And, oh, he has a response. Grasp of Darkness. So that'll be a trade. Saves him for a turn. But he still has another demon to deal with, and now he doesn't have a blocker for it. And Blighted Fen. That'll save him this time. Save him for another turn. That second Mind Rack Demon's dead now. And Orzhov is down to 1 card in hand. And 6 damage from Zombie and the Diregraph Colossus. So Orzhov is actually in real big trouble here. Okay, fires off a Duress. That isn't going to help at all. Relentless Dead and Prized Amalgam. One card in hand. Either play it or concede. Ruinous Path to kill off the Colossus. So that keeps him alive. He's out of cards, so he is top decking. But we do know that the zombie deck has zombies in his hand. He could play the Relentless Dead and the Prized Amalgam this turn. What does this do? Creature enters the battlefield. If it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, return this from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. So going straight into combat, that'll be 2 more damage. Orzhov will be down to 4. So their life totals are tied. And surprisingly, Zombies didn't play anything in his turn, even though we know he could have. Okay, Westvale Abbey to make a Cleric token. And brings back the Stitchwing Scob, which will bring back both of the Prized Amalgams in his graveyard. And Orzhov concedes. He was done. When he was down to making Cleric tokens for blockers, that was pretty much game. And that was at a point when the drawback of always watching actually shows up. Non-token creatures get +1/+1 in Vigilance. If it didn't have that clause, this guy would have been a 3/3 blocker, but it still wouldn't have been enough to save him. So, well, the video is almost 10 minutes long. That was a pretty good fight. They got real low on life on both sides. Both of them were out of cards in hand. So I'll end the video there. That was Blue Black Zombies versus, I'm gonna call it Orzhov Weenie, but I'll have to look and see if there's anything like it on top 8. But if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.